Hi. Today I'm going to discuss about a very interesting aspect which is called the movement of NPA, the way financial institutions or banks calculate the NPA that is taking place throughout the year in their books, right? So, NPA, as you know, is a talk of the town at this point of time. So, let us understand in very small and contextual manner as to how this is interpreted and calculated, right? So let us look into it. So in this example, as we are getting to see, the opening balance as on 1/4/2013 is 3,321.81 crores. So that's the total NPA opening balance at the start of the year, right? So from there is a reduction in the amount of NPA that is actually taking place throughout the year. So from April 2013 till March of 2014. So there is a reduction that's happening. Now there are five broader classifications as to why reduction takes place in the NPA amount. But before that, I let me just explain you a bit in brief in terms of what is how to define NPA and what are the different classifications to it, right? So if a loan is overdue during the last 90 days, it will be categorized as a non-performing asset. A loan whose interest and or installment of principal have remained overdue for a period of 90 days is thus considered as NPA. Overdue is the situation where the loan is not paid by the due date fixed by the bank. So this is when NPA status comes up, right? Now, as far as banking norms, the classification of an asset means when the finance has been extended to the company, at that point of time it is classified as an asset in the banking books, right? So now there are two broader classifications to it. One is the standard asset and the other is non-standard asset. So standard asset is one which does not disclose any problems and which does not carry more than normal risk attached to the business. Such an asset should not be an NPA. So this is not a NPA status classification. It is like everything is been doing good in that particular account, right? Everything is fine. But on the non-standard classification, there are three broader heads to it. So one is the substandard asset. So a substandard asset would be one which has remained NPA for a period less than or equal to 12 months. And then comes the doubtful asset. So doubtful asset is an asset which can be classified if it has remained in the substandard category for a period of more than 12 months. And a loss asset is one where an NPA has been there for a period of more than 36 months is considered to be a loss asset. So with this perspective in mind, if you see this set of figures, so now I think you better appreciate what I'm trying to say. So the first comes is recovery. So recovery means what? Recovery means that NPA, it has got to be a loss asset, but then after selling off the security amount, the properties which were mortgaged or hypothecated, or which has been kept as collateral securities and all, so that has been sold off and that amount has got realized. So that is the recovery amount, right? Then comes upgradation. So upgradation, as you see over here, uh, so yeah, just a second, I guess I've lost it. Yeah, so upgradation is allowed only when the account reaches no overdue situation. So as you see over here, it is within the names of NPA, but asset cannot move from one level to the other within the non-standard asset classification. An asset can be upgraded only when everything has been paid off and there is no overdue situation. So if that is happening, that is considered to be upgradation. So here we get to see the value comes to be 167.12 crores, right? Then comes prudential write-off. Prudential write-off is what? Technical or prudential write-off is the amount of non-performing loans which are outstanding in the books of the branches but have been written off fully or partially at head office level, amount of technical write-off should be certified by statutory auditors. So this is what is known as prudential write-off, and this is when it is been mentioned over here as a reduction in the NPA amount, right? Then comes write-off. A write-off is the process of disclassifying the loan as an asset in the books is what is termed as write-off. So whenever a finance is extended, it is classified as asset in the books of accounts of the financial institution or bank, right? So when it is declassified as an asset in the books, this is what is termed as write-off. So that also forms a part of your reduction in NPA. Then comes reversal of interest suspense. So here you need to understand a bit. So while on account of turning NPA, some banks reverse the interest already charged and stop further interest application. Others prefer to make provisions in lieu of interest already credited to profit and loss account and continue to debit interest, though it is credited to interest suspense account instead of to profit and loss account, right? So as per guidance of IBA stands for Indian Banking Association, on an account turning NPA, bank should reverse the interest already charged and not collected by debiting profit and loss account and stop further application of interest. However, banks may continue to record such accrued interest in memorandum account in their books, as is the practice currently followed by some banks, right? So this is the aspect around interest suspense, so for which there is a reduction. So this total amount gets to be reduced from the already opening balance of NPA. So over here, let's take the value as 1482.95, right? So on this value, then slippages also adds on. So basically in that particular year, how many accounts have moved into the NPA classification status, right? So here it is seen as 549.65, and there may be some NPA classification happening on account of exchange difference 1.63. So the closing balance as on 31st 2014 gets to be 2390.14 as a closing balance, right, as on 31st March 2014, right? So this is how a bank at their end calculate the extent of NPA movement, right, within the year. So I hope it is of interest to you and it has added some value. So if you like it, please give a like, share, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel and press the bell notification if you want such videos to be like you get to know about those videos coming up as soon as we post it, right? So see you in some other video. Thanks a lot.